The following is a Productions original series.
Hello and welcome to Walk and Roll Live. I am Doug Vincent, joined by, well, she's in Atlanta where the leaves fall, but Addie never does. It's the queen of rolling and smiling through every season, Addie Rich. How you doing?
I'm doing.
I'm doing.
Yes, I'm here. It is almost Thanksgiving week.
That is right.
Well, it is Thanksgiving week, so, work is quieter. Nice.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's for Thanksgiving? Turkey?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Turkey.
Is everybody coming to your house?
A few friends. I really, honestly, I was not going to cook, and I was trying to ride the down low. And then we had like two friends yesterday call and message and say, "Are you cooking? And what time are we eating?" And I was like, "I don't know what time y'all are eating, but no." So I told Tito today, I'm like, get a turkey breast. And we're going to have people over, I guess.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. And you're going to your friends, right?
Yep, going to my friend's house. It's funny as you're telling that. I reminded me of an incident that happened Thanksgiving years ago. Okay. I was having people over and I thought, I'm going to make this easy because the local market here was talking about it like an entire meal that that's already prepared, right? And
yes.
Just heat it up. Well, I go pick it up and I think that's the way it was. You pick it up on like Thanksgiving Eve or something, bring home. Well, yeah. I didn't realize till you brought it out that it was frozen.
Oh no!
And everything was not hot.
Yeah.
It was a nightmare trying to get it to thaw out enough to actually then cook it not cook it, but just to warm it up. I mean, still
reheat it, and then you realize we did it one year too, and then you're like, wait. You need pots, pans, you need your oven. Like, you don't have to get up at 5 a.m. to start your turkey, but you might as well do everything else, right?
Oh, that's funny, because now that's coming back to me too. Yes. You can't heat everything at once because you don't have room. Oh, yeah, I turned it into the worst idea. And that makes sense because I don't think I've ever heard him do it again. So They must have got a lot of complaints about that.
Most of it, well, and like I say, a lot of us are the same way, right? We do it 1 year, we think it's going to be great, and then we're like, okay, well, that was stupid. So we don't.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, I've done a turkey now and again, and it's come out pretty good. So I just stick to that if I'm going to do it. Or like you say, you get just the turkey breast.
Yeah.
That's thawed.
Exactly. That's thawed. And like my sister was telling me there's a way you can make it in the crock pot. And I think I'm going to hit her up and try and ask her like what it was again. Because I'm like, okay, well, somehow I got roped into cooking. So somebody help me.
As long as you're going to do it, try to make it as stress-free as possible.
For
right?
sure. I mean, because it's really like, honestly, the only time during the year that I get 2 days off in a row and turns into a 4-day weekend. Because typically, depending when Christmas falls, we get like half a day Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and we're back the next day. So this is really the time that I can freaking hibernate.
Almost a vacation, huh?
It's a mini vacay.
Yeah. There you go. Very nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And watching some football and all that good stuff. Yeah. So, want to thank Carl Vereen for coming on. Just a wonderful, wonderful show, a wonderful guy.
Yeah.
And just didn't expect all of that. I fully expected to hear the story of a coach and, hear all about that kind of stuff, but a life coach too, in addition to a basketball coach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love it.
He's helping to grow some good human beings.
Yes.
Yeah, so very nice. And still looking for ball players. So, boys, girls, if you want to try some wheelchair basketball, he's looking for some people that are enthusiastic, and he'll help you with your talent.
Right. Talent is secondary on the scale to a go-getter who wants to learn and wants to be part of a team. And so those things can't be trained. Those things are skills that are innately in you, I believe, and then the rest can be molded.
Yeah, and he's the guy to do it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Coming up today, we've got Chris Pecson, trying to think. It was another young man that I met, I think, at the Push to the Pier. Is that where I met? Oh, no, I think I met him through the Rolling Start wheelchair support group. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think we talk about that in the episode.
Yeah. I know he volunteered at Rolling Start for a while as well. I'm not sure if he still does, but good young man, and we are going to learn his story today. There is a street bike accident involved, and we'll get all the rest when we come back from this word from Agyar Professional Training.
At Agyar Professional Training, we know that your greatest asset is your team. Investing in their development, knowledge, and happiness is essential for your business's success and growth. To achieve new heights, it's important to hire intelligent, talented individuals and empower them to excel in their areas of strength and passion. Agyar is committed to transforming your employees into happier, more productive, and fulfilled individuals. When your team thrives, your business prospers. Wise leaders understand that providing team members with opportunities to shine in their strengths unlocks untapped potential. Elevate your team with Agyar Professional Training and witness the growth of your business.
From the Agyar Professional Training Studios, you're listening to Walk and Roll Live, Disability Stories.
Wheels spin, hustle on the go. White came leading through the glow. Signing stories as we grow. Same mountains, just a different show. Life like everyone you see. Building dreams just like a tree. Falling down and getting free. Stronger hearts we all can be. Tech that talks and shows the way. Navigating every day. Adapting games we love to play. Turning struggles into play. Life like everyone you see. Building dreams just like a tree. Falling down and getting free.
Welcome back to Walk and Roll Live. I am Doug Vincent. Addie is here, and we have our guest for this week. His name is Chris Pecson. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Yeah? Do you like Chris or Christopher?
Chris is fine.
Fine? All right. Good deal. Good deal. Good to have you here. We met through the Rolling Start wheelchair support group, I believe, right? Or was it one of the adaptive sports things? I can't remember.
Yeah, it might have been an adaptive sports event. It was definitely at Rolling Start. I remember I was attending a meeting with you there.
Yep.
So,
yes, good. Well, good to have you on.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Want to dive into your story, and we like to kind of start everyone, telling about their disability. Just a brief description of your disability, because we want to get into kind of the early life of what you were like pre-injury, and then hear the story about how you became injured, and what you're doing now. Yeah, it sounds like you're busy. Before we got on, you were telling some of the things you're doing. So good to hear.
Yeah, sure. So my condition, I am a T2 through T6 compression burst fracture, actually. So I guess my spine got compressed. And this was back in 2015 because of a motorcycle accident, a street bike. Let's see. I don't remember much of the accident or whatever, but I remember the recovery and everything. And this wasn't from here. This was back in, I'm from Reno, Nevada, originally where I was born. And then, but I mean, I grew up a little bit here when I was a kid, so I'm kind of a little bit familiar with Southern California. But majority of my life, I lived in Reno.
Was that where you were born, in Reno?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
So early life there, moved to Southern California, and then back to Reno?
And then, I went back, kind of just split custody, growing up and all that good stuff. So it was kind of hard, just growing up a little bit. I was back and forth a lot, didn't make too many friends or whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of phased out of that until I met my my daughter's mother, because I am a father as well.
Good. Good.
And my
Nice.
daughter, she's 16 now. She's 16.
Very nice. I'm sure that's your whole world.
A small adult.
Yeah, she's almost graduated. She's ahead of her class, and she already knows what she wants to be. That's totally different story from me growing up. I didn't know what I wanted to be. I kind of still don't, but I'm always looking for opportunities that I know I'm like a busybody, try to be, at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I started.
So as a young person,
Uh-huh.
as a young person, what were you like? Like, what got you into? Obviously, you were physically active because somehow you found your way to motorcycles and things. But how would you describe the young Chris for us?
Well, growing up, I was really hyper. That was for sure. I could never sit down. And then I was all right at sports. I wasn't the best. I wasn't the worst. And I really enjoyed like basketball and football. And then I kind of just phased out of school. And then I went to work right away. I had to actually come back for a GED because it was getting hard for me in the work place. But I found the union. I actually joined the union, the laborers union. And it sent me all over the place from like the Bay Area, Nevada, all around Nevada. And I just did like construction. I was a construction craft laborer, worked on the highway, and I did that for dang near up until my accident, basically. So I saved probably from like my 20s up until my 30s because I was 32 when I had my accident. So, and I just wanted to try motorcycles and stuff. I was always into like cars, and I used to work on my own cars when I was working and everything. Like I said, I was always just a busybody at the time. And
can't sit still, right? So you didn't get into motorcycles until later in your 20s?
Yeah, my late 20s, because I was into like sports cars and stuff. And I used to ride when I was like growing up too, like dirt bikes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I tried street bikes before, like when I was in my teens, like 17, 18 years old. And then back when I was like 26, 27, I saved a little bit of money, had my little house and everything. I was into motorcycles, I liked riding.
Yeah.
So just one day circumstances didn't go my way. I didn't remember it very much, but I didn't hurt nobody. I didn't get hurt. I mean, well, I got hurt, but I didn't hurt nobody was the thing. And I don't know. I wish I could have gave myself better advice, because I was a little bit reckless. I wasn't thinking about the consequences at the time, when I was being reckless. So I own up to that and take responsibility for that. So
What do you remember you were doing up until, when your memory lapsed? What do you remember doing?
Well, I know I was overworked. I was working 2 full-time jobs at the time. Actually, the union kind of phased off, and during the winter months, I tried to look for indoor jobs. I was working for actually 2 casinos. I was doing hotel maintenance, but I was working like too much, I think, because I don't know if you ever had like a long drive or whatever, maybe one of those road trips where you're driving 7-8 hours and you just nod off just a little bit. I was working 16 hours at the time, and I had my only day off, and I was up late. And at the time when I was riding, maybe I shouldn't have. I should have just stayed at home in bed. But I decided one morning to go to a hilltop I like to see. This is early Saturday morning, Sunday morning, and I just wanted to see the sunrise, And basically, I don't remember the accident. I remember all the events leading up to it before, but I think I just dozed off, and then I woke up 2 months later in ICU, basically after a near-death experience. So it was quite, to say the least, very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Scary.
like, wait, how did 8 weeks literally pass? Like,
Yeah.
I went for the sunrise, and there have been 2 months of sunrises.
Yeah. Now, does any of that ever come back?
Know, if I was still asleep or whatever, but my memory started coming back to me as during my recovery, pieces of it. Nothing about the accident, how I crashed, because I felt no pain. I only felt pain when I woke up, and what I didn't feel, which was below my chest, because I'm a complete injury as well, so I'm chest down, completely paralyzed. I broke, amongst other things, like my clavicle, and nearly broke my neck, but luckily I didn't. And I was able to recover some hand dexterity in my left hand, because these 3 fingers were paralyzed too a little bit. They were numb, actually. But yeah.
So our listeners can't see you. We don't use the video, but you're no, you're good. Just we don't use the video part of it. But you're sitting in a car, right? So you're driving.
Oh no! I'm just sitting here. I'm parked to the side. I'm on my lunch, and I've delegated my own hours, so don't worry about it. This is important. I like talking with you, Mr. Vincent, and I'm actually, I'm very glad that you called me.
Yeah.
On your show today. So
and what I meant is that you drive, not that you are driving right now.
What
but
I do now.
yeah, that's all right.
Yes, sir, that is correct. But it's just part time, because there's labor involved, and it's not best for my paraplegia.
Mm-hmm.
I encounter stairs as my thing most of the time, and my adaptive vehicle. I don't know if you remember, Doug, when I last time I saw you. You had a van as well, but I had a adaptive van. It was a Dodge. I think it was older than yours, but
that's right.
It kind of broke down mechanically, and now I'm back in a car. But I'm still doing the same stuff, the little delivery driving here and there, just to make ends meet.
And so you have to pull the wheelchair in and out every time you go somewhere. Is that what you're dealing with?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's why I was trying to look for like a more mobility vehicle at the time.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've gotten used to it again. It's just nothing but like a little exercise to me, and I've gotten used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went through that for years. It just got to the point where I couldn't do it anymore. And as much as I resisted going to the van, it is a whole lot easier, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like night and day. Not only that, like the van, I was able to bring disabled passengers with me at a time, that use wheelchairs, because you could pack like 2 of them in there, including mine, and I eventually want to phase back into that, because I'm getting older as well. I'm 42 now. So, yeah.
Oh, I would love to. I had a little Hyundai SUV, and when I got my van, I kept it thinking, I'll go back and forth. I can drive the other one sometimes. And I think I drove it once in the last 3 years. As a matter of fact, I just sold it today. The guy just came from back east. He's a brother of a friend of mine. And he came, took the train out, and picked it up today and drove it off. So that chapter is done.
Congratulations on that. I did the opposite, because mine broke down, but I was able to sell it though, and then I bought like a little car that saves a little bit more on gas.
Yeah, good.
So I'm kind of, but it's helping me stack a little bit of money. And then, like I said, I'm getting ready here. I'm just waiting for the semester, because I just got my driver's license out here, but I'm trying to become a student here at the local community college.
Yeah. And you have your mind made up what you're going to study?
No, because I never did when I was a kid, but I do have something that I'm going to approach. It's because ever since I moved to California from Reno, I got to tell you, one thing that I'm really like about this state, and I think it's because of the population, the disabled benefits and help, that's available. I mean, and meeting you, and like I said, the people at Rolling Start and everything, man, it's just been amazing. I've met so many people, and where I'm from is like, it was rare. I didn't really meet a whole lot of people. I met more like volunteers that actually serve the disabled community, able-bodied people, but great people nonetheless,
Right.
I love them. I love them all. I love everybody that I meet.
It is amazing what's here in Southern California between.
But this gives you a sense of community.
Yeah. On top of it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a lot of it is, like you say, I think, Chris, is that it's disabled people that are running these organizations. It's great to have the support of our able-bodied family, friends, and all of that. But it's nice to have that kind of extra little boost when it's part of your community and they really get it,
Oh yeah, we kind of go through all the same struggles, you know, in life, and also, you know, the same obstacles we overcome. You know, we feel great about it, you know, and I'm totally with you guys on it. Yeah.
Yeah. How did that go? You know, after you woke up after 2 months, and how did that process go? Where were you? Were you at Rancho, or where were you?
Oh no, so I was still in Reno. You know, this is where I had my accident, Reno, Nevada, and I was at the hospital. It's called Renown. And basically, I woke up in ICU 2 months later, and I started my recovery. They were hard on me in therapy. You know what I mean? They were very nice people, but they got me right away. They got me in like a body cast. They measured me when I first couldn't sit up, you know, and it was just the start right there. And then what happened was once insurance kicked in, I started doing occupational therapy and physical therapy.
Yeah.
And at a time, I was documenting my stuff on Instagram, and I had a few breakthroughs. Like actually, when I first started to walk, I walked in KAFOs. They fitted me for those, and I was able to do myself as like a push-up dip and sit in them leg braces and kind of walk myself in a walker. And that right there was a major achievement for me.
Yeah.
You know, because they said I was never going to walk again, and my brain said, nope, that's just not me. Mm-hmm. You know, I have more heart than that. And my daughter was just looking up to me the whole time, you know, and this time she's still a little girl. She's shorter than me, but she's taller than me now. and I'll never forget the look in her eyes. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you know, I it's something I had to do. Yeah. And it's something that what pushed me through it. So yeah, took me about 2 years to really start moving. And then before I had enough finances to find a car, I started with electric scooter, and I actually bought this bracket off eBay and was mobbing around in a wheelchair scooter for a minute. But this thing got up to like 30, 40 miles an hour.
Wow.
So that's how I was able to get around for a minute.
Yeah. So you were actually using it to get around town like a car.
Or like a trike, you know, like a little motorcycle. Yeah, these people were amazed. They're like, how's this guy going so fast, you know? But yeah, and everybody's just been great ever since like my recovery, but it's just all about how you balance your emotions too. Because I mean, I went through some hard times too, you know what I mean? And I still go through them, you know, because, you know, my condition is not going to change. I mean, I'm kind of normalizing now, and because time, it's been about 10 years. Yeah. Or 10 years since the accident. But I mean, you learn a lot, and I'm not the only one. That's the thing, you know, the other people here. Also, you know, I go to church now. I found a nice little church community, you know, and I actually got to give up all the glory to Jesus, you know, and my family, you know. Thank goodness that I have a great family and a great support system, because I feel for the ones that don't. Yeah, yeah. That's what keeps me pushing, because if I don't, what if I don't have that, you know, one day? And I know time is the one thing we cannot escape, you know, nobody. Yeah, yeah. My family's getting older, and they're ready to move on to retire, and then I'm really going to be alone, you know, and I got to figure out what I got to do. So that's why I'm just pushing every day. Yeah. Yeah. It sounds like you've made a lot of progress in taking care of yourself. Like you say, you know, everybody goes through that part of it, but, you know, it looks like you're creating a world that, you know, you'll be able to navigate. And you've got your daughter. She'll probably get a little older, start having some grandkids. You looking forward to that? Not too soon. I didn't even know if, you know, we have to have a talk, but thank goodness, I don't even think she has like a boyfriend yet or whatever, but she's getting older, and like, you know, them kids, they get distant, you know, she doesn't talk to me like she used to. Yep. You know, but, I mean, she's going to grow up, but I mean, she's a good kid. They come back. So. They come back. Let me, hold on 1 second. Let me, sorry about that. There's nothing in there. Yeah, I had a phone call. Sorry about that, but that's all right. You know, you talk about the struggles. You know, we've had so many interviews here, and some people seem to, you know, they kind of get through it very quickly, and then there's, you know, the people that take a while,
and everything in between, and there's no handbook on this, and everybody is different, and it takes a while. What were some of the things like the milestones that you can remember that kind of helped you make that turn?
So I used to be with this organization. They're a great organization, and I urge anybody to just look them up. They help me out so much with just durable medical equipment, because let me tell you, California is not only better as far as like disabled community, but their benefits are better, like Medi-Cal and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was struggling to find like catheters and briefs for a minute because I didn't even have a job. I could barely pay rent. And their name is Care Chest of Northern Nevada. They have one in Southern California as well. I mean, Southern Nevada, I apologize.
Yeah.
But Northern Nevada, where I'm from, and they're a volunteer organization. They let me volunteer there. There's great people there. And a milestone was they have community events, and they let me do a testimony basically in front of the community there. What it was like, kind of what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And this one, I was just able to tell everybody how grateful I was for all the help,
Yeah.
and how the community supporting them helps us as a whole. And we're all, we're all like a little family, and
Mm-hmm.
These are just milestones. I'll never forget, and this is what really touched me as a human being, you know what I mean? And just made me just really feel like just at peace with my condition, you know what I mean? And at peace in church and all that stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm really finding myself, like you said. I'm really happy, I'm happy that I'm making these milestones, this progress, because it seemed impossible one time, it did.
Yeah,
it really did.
Imagine.
The path is not always straight, but it's a path. And it's not
you guys know,
measured in our time.
Better than me.
No,
It's not measured in our time either. And that's the frustrating part, right? Because you're like, I want to feel better. Like, okay, I got this with my body, or my mind feels like this. So why isn't my body listening? And I think it's important to have other people around you. And you're paying it forward, right? People did it for you to get you where you are now. So you're doing the important thing, which is pay it forward and say, okay, I need to. What did I learn, and how can I put this somewhere else? Because otherwise it just lives in you and it's not useful.
I think it's the best thing we can do.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of try to show my appreciation, because me, in my depressing moments, when we all go through it, it's like, sometimes I say, oh, I don't care about myself, but there's so many people that do care about me and look up to me, that's why I keep pushing forward. And then I guess once you push forward and achieve that milestone, you feel better. There's a lot of pressure off your shoulders, and and you just wake up and do it again all tomorrow. You just do it again the next day. So,
yeah, I'm sure those opportunities to speak, was good for them, and it was also good for you. It's probably a big part of the healing process that you went through.
Right, and like I said, opportunities. All in your mindset, how positive you are, and if you're willing to go out there and just ask, or maybe even just venture out there and take a little bit of courage with you, doors open. Yeah. I never expected this door to open, when I first seen you, I was just listening to your guys' testimonies, and I never expected anything, but then here we are, we're just talking again today. So it's wonderful, it's wonderful.
Well, people are watching and listening, even when you don't know, right?
Well, thank you.
And you're probably changing people, all the time, and you don't really notice it. Yeah.
Some people,
we all look different, right?
Oh,
it might be you who somebody sees you and says, oh, that dude's like me, or we had a similar life experience, or like he did motorcycles and I did motorcycles. You know what I mean? Like that love doesn't go away because your body changes. And so to have community that sounds and looks like you, suddenly you're not alone, right? Like the island has grown.
It gives it strength. It gives me a certain strength too. You guys give me ambition too, And I love seeing that a person like me, that's not just me, can be successful or communicate and help people like me, that are like me. It's a wonderful feeling. It's a wonderful feeling.
Well, the most important part is between the ears, and you've got that. So
yeah, exactly.
You're good.
Perspective pushes everything out.
So how do you how do you get today in these days what you used to get when you were riding your motorcycle? Have you found something that?
It's just community and surrounding myself with people that are positive and really just empathetic to my situation. You know what I mean? A lot more people are open, and then it's just me just trying to kind of meet them halfway, you know? And it's funny because at first I was reserved, and then I could be open, and I could be reserved again. You know, I just go through it day by day, but I'm going through these phases to where I'm being more open and with community, and I'm just grateful that I have that, you know. Without that support system, you know, and I understand some people don't, but I hope something reaches them to where they want to reach out, you know what I mean, and be a part of like a community or like a social, you know, if they need to talk or something like that, you know, just to express themselves. Or,
that's another benefit of the community. You know, we can get out, do things together, and we're not isolated. And, you know, that's not good for mental health when you're being isolated. Have you ever heard of Team Possibilities at Loma Linda?
Oh, you know, I have not, you know, I've not.
Because they're always looking for peer support people, and they'll train you. So, you know, if you're interested, I can get you together with them. I was kind of shocked, you know, because they're a fairly large organization, and they said they were, you know, this has been a few months ago, but they were needing peer support folks. So if you're interested, you know,
I mean, I'm right up the street from there actually for the time being. And then, you know, it's strange actually when I came back out here, I used to work for the children's hospital there at Loma Linda before it actually grew into what it was. It actually grew very large, that hospital there. Yeah. So I'm familiar with the area. I'm through there all the time.
Oh, good. Yeah, they're right there. All right. Well, I'm going to connect you with their monthly mixer. They do a monthly mixer as well. And you can, you know, you can come by or do Zoom, whatever you want. And it's a great group of people, you know, but maybe we can figure out a way you can do peer support. Yeah.
Okay.
So you got any vision for the future? I mean, you haven't figured out exactly what you want to do when you go back to school. I'm sure you'll take some general ed courses and kind of keep your eyes open for something that really kind of moves you. But any other visions for the future that you want?
Well, my aspirations for the future, I'm going to really push strong because it's like time is of the essence. Like I said, finances are of the essence. I've talked to vocational rehab. I've talked to a lot of these open doors that I just need to roll through. And my aspirations are big. I'm setting my goals up big this time. I was just waiting for the grants and the funding and the residency, because actually I just have to wait on residency to get the grants, and I should be good. And once I got the funding, what it is, I want to kind of go back to something that I was doing. I almost did some banking. I almost became a banker at one time. But when this happened, COVID hit, and it was just weird in the indoors. You know, nobody knew how to act, and there's a lot of weird politics going on. So that's what kind of phased me into delivery driving. Yeah. And with this delivery driving,
you're like, oh, I'll stay to myself.
Exactly. I'll become my own boss. And also with the paraplegia, though, I need a different timing. You know, I was on somebody else's time, because this is in the first 4 or 5 years I'm recovering, and I've had accidents and stuff. I'm still learning my body at this time, you know. Now I'm totally better. I'm trained. You know what I mean? I've figured it out. It's timing, what you eat, everything, you know. Yeah. And how you move and all that. But it was embarrassing, you know, to be on somebody else's time because they didn't understand, you know. Yeah. And I couldn't deal with that. So, but now I'm better, and now I have to deal with that. I understand, because I don't want to deal with this delivery driving anymore. You know, it's too difficult for me, unless they make a technology that can make me climb up them stairs, which I know they probably will, but it's too much. Yeah.
But you know, there's a lot of remote work possibility that came to be because of COVID and things, which I've worked at home since 2009. So if you need tips, I can help you figure out that, because I have a career from home.
Yeah, I signed up for some remote work through Indeed, you know, and I just decided I wanted to work part-time when I retired. And then very quickly I realized, no, I don't want to do that. But they still send me almost daily.
A lot of opportunities.
Yeah, there's a lot of at-home work, like customer service and those kinds of things. Yeah.
I just wanted to dig deeper than that because, so basically, and what's interesting about California, man? I really like it because, there's so many opportunities, and my job has been interesting. So it sends me everywhere. I could be in LA. I'm by the beach right now, by Santa Monica. And every day is different, right? Not only that, I'm meeting different people. I've actually been in Hollywood and stuff, but and then I've been on social media, and just taking these opportunities to actually apply myself and take the step forward. And I'm getting all these weird acceptances, you know what I mean? They're like, hey, come on out, we're gonna do some market research on you, and you volunteer for one day and you get paid this amount of money for this. And they're saying yes. It's all my little applications. So it's been fun. It's been fun being an experiment, I guess. I don't know. Right. I'm a funded experiment, and I'm this is just until I could get into school, and get some more structure.
Yeah.
So,
and you might find something that really just, sparks your interest, and that's what will be your career, and you'll love it. You never know. So, I just wanted to tell the employers that might be listening that that's what we talk about when we talk about accommodation. It's very difficult for, us to necessarily be up at the crack of dawn and get ready to go to work. It's, so able-bodied people could get out, get in the shower, get out, and probably be out the door in 30 minutes. Well, it takes us quite a bit longer, so, to be at a job at 8 o'clock, you might have to get up at 5 to, go through your entire process to get to work. So those are the kinds of accommodations we'll still work a full day. We just have to kind of move it, a little bit during the day. So help us out. Yeah. Help us out. So,
definitely. There's a routine, for me, my bed is like my best friend, though. That's like my little island, even though I know how to get out of it, but that's where I roll around and everything. But I've been learning literally how to, do stuff from my chair, you know what I mean? Like pull my pants back up and all that stuff. I've been learning that. You just come with that with time, but, you have to be a little bit conditioned for that as well.
Yeah.
And everybody's disability is different. We all approach it the other way. But one thing is, working with Voc Rehab, they kind of let me know what the income guidelines are or whatever. That's another thing. You have to do a lot of research too if you're going to take care of yourself. And you got to know what kind of medical insurance you got. Like me, I just enrolled and I attend all these workshops, so I get the explanations. I just attended a Medicare workshop and I had to change my insurance over, even though I just my insurance, they just got me a new rigid chair. It's a lot. It was a lot, but like I said, I got here in February. It's almost February, and that's when they're going to let me start school. But I navigated all that stuff, and I got a little bit of know-how, a little bit of knowledge. So if anybody has any questions, I'll send a way to get a hold of me to Doug, and then just spread the info, and then tell them to get a hold of me. If they have any questions navigating Medi-Cal, wheelchair equipment or adaptive or DME, durable medical equipment or whatever, or any questions on how I do it, like I said, I'm a T-6, but I guess I was just been trained to get out the door quick like that, but I mean, I just got used to it, I guess, with time. I know when my schedules are for my routines, and I don't know. It's hard to explain. I guess I just have the energy.
I get it. Yeah. Drive. Routines is our friend.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, on that note, any advice that you have for, our listeners before we let you go? Any words of wisdom, things you've picked up by going through this process, especially for our newbies?
Don't be scared to join the community. You know what I mean? Don't be indoors an introvert. You know what I mean? Even if you got nothing to say, just go out there, put yourself out there and listen. Listen to these other testimonies and know that you're not alone. You know what I mean? No matter, and I know sometimes it can get rough, but the community does a lot. If you just got to look out there, you got to look out there for resources and everything. And then when the resources are there, go out there and join them. There's probably resources out there that I don't even know about. There's so many. And sometimes they can get flustered, but that's why I'm grateful. Because I come from a place where it's the same thing, but you're not finding anything resource wise. And don't let time walk all over you. You know what I mean? You gotta sit there and hold your ground, especially as a disabled person, because a lot of people don't know what we go through, and they will never understand, and that's just human nature. Because I mean, it's ideal to be healthy. I was healthy first and then I'm disabled, but I don't knock anybody, for not understanding.
Yeah.
Just try to educate. Understandable, but it takes a certain kind of person to understand it, like a disabled person, So, but I'm here with you guys, and I understand.
You understand, and you'll help people get through it.
Yeah.
And you're just differently abled. You're not disabled. You're differently abled.
Yeah.
There you go. Yes.
And I'm sure you've learned it really is a small. It really is a small part of who you are, You just get around differently. Everything else is pretty much the same as far as, living life and your hopes and dreams that you have and want. You had them before your injury, you still have them. You just got a different way maybe of achieving them. Right.
And like I said, it'll come in time, but not if you don't do anything about it. I didn't think it would happen, but if you just go through it and try and give it a little bit of time, things will start happening, And then, like I said, just let the community help you. Cause I wasn't able to join the workforce, full time yet, but with my little part-time or whatever, I still get help. And then even, I found a caretaker, even, you know what I mean? That's available to people that are disabled. So we have help, and that's funded through the state as well. So if anybody needs help with a caretaker and they can't afford it or whatever, and they're low income, let me know. I know kind of how to sign up now. I know how the process goes now. Yeah. Because I've just been starting that as well. Because I can't do everything alone.
No. Yeah. I was just going to say, you need to be a self-advocate, but there are people out there like Chris. They're willing to help you and navigate this whole system that is so complicated sometimes. So, take him at his word. Let him help you out a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
We got to reach out, and just listen to me, listen to the like Doug and Addie right here. I mean, they know. Yep, they're here. Here.
Exactly. Yeah, we're here to help.
Got it.
All right, Chris Pecson. You're part of the Walk and Roll Live tribe now. So, all right. So we'll look for you at the Rolling Start Wheelchair support group, and if anybody wants to join us, wherever you are in the country, we open it up to Zoom calls. So all you have to do is go on rollingstart.com and register. We'll send you a link, and you can come and join us. All right, Chris, have a great weekend.
Before you go, sir, I want to say one more thing. Also, like if you're look for these events. So I've been to like adaptive events, that are free to us. You know what I mean? Yep. And it's a good gathering, and you see a lot of like technology and just people. It's good to talk to people. Yeah. That's my best advice.
Yeah, and you learn about your abilities. You may think, I can't do those things, but you come to these adaptive sports fairs, and you'll learn that you've got more abilities than you think you do. So, yeah, come on out.
Amazing.
Well, good. Thank you for joining us, Chris. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I was glad to be here. Thank you.
Each week on Walk and Roll Live, we share honest and open stories of people living with a disability.
I think it's even worse now because, they give me a roller coaster to run around town in, and I basically am just like trying to find the biggest curb to jump off of.
Right. You're like, I know I can return myself from hard things, so I'm going to pay.
Join us weekly for another powerful episode. Walk and Roll Live, wherever you get your podcasts. Life, limitless. Subscribe now.
From the UGYAR Professional Training Studios, you're listening to Walk and Roll Live, Disability Stories.
And it is time for segment number 3. Let's let Addie give us some words of wisdom.
Okay, I love this story for 2 reasons.
2 reasons. Here we go, folks.
I love all the stories for many reasons, but 2 that pop out to me immediately.
All right.
Is he's proving that you can be a hustler even after something happens. Like, you don't have to lose your drive. The fact that he is driving like a little itty bitty car, doing last mile for UPS and food delivery, like crazy, that a lot of people would rather just stay home.
Yeah.
And here he is, like, making it happen. First of all, the whole time, like, because we use video when we record, so I'm sitting there the whole time, like, where the heck is his chair? Like, that car is so small.
Yeah.
Like, so the fact that he's, like, putting himself out there and not making an excuse and just going to get it. And, like, secondarily, the fact that, like, it was a rough go for him, and he didn't just say, forget it.
Yeah.
Like, he's now driven himself toward going to school, like, at an older age, which is hard, I can tell you. Like, I went back to school and got my master's at 29 years old after being out of college for 8 years. And I know, like, a gap is incredibly difficult to motivate yourself. And so the fact that he's like, you know what, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Well,
congratulations. There's a number of people. I think this statistically, when people take a gap, they don't come back sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, he's proven that he's got the heart and soul. Yeah. Like, and I love seeing somebody say, you know what, I'm worth it and I'm going to do it. And like, that is a hard thing to find, especially when he tells his younger story when maybe that wasn't the case. So I'm like, yes, it might have taken you longer to get your spark, but you found it and you're guarding it and you're being a good steward of it. So those are my 2 for starters.
Yeah. And, I love it that if you needed to hear this story and it came to you, but if you think of anybody else that needs to hear a story like this, you think this might help them pass the word on, make the referral for Chris Pecson. Yeah. Everything else, I think nothing like huge on the events page right now or resource page. Nothing that I've added. I've got a few requests, to add some educational things, some addiction support, that kind of thing. So I'll try to get them up there as soon as I can. You can look for those. There's already some up there, though, if you need something right now. So next week, we're going to have Donald Allison. I met him through Triumph, I'm pretty sure, at one of their mixers or something like that, or an adaptive sports event, or one of the things they do. So we'll have him on next week to tell his story. His is different. We do a lot of SCIs and different things, but there are so many things out there, in addition to, polio and CP, like you and I, or brain injuries or blindness or hearing loss or whatever it is. And this one I had never heard of, some kind of a neurological
IBM.
Yeah.
It's called IBM.
Can you say the words?
No. It's a computer. Your computer goes bad, basically. Yeah. Like, literally, it's funny. We talk about this in the episode, but it's funny that has a sort of synonymous name. And he tells it way better than we do, but it's a tremendous, unexpected change in his life that he has pivoted.
Yes,
pivoted and really made it into...
Good spirit.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Join us next week and you'll see what we're talking about. And also, don't forget to like and share and what else is there? Subscribe. Yeah, please.
Reach out to us if you'd like to be a guest. We are already excitedly planning our upcoming calendar, and I'm excited to say that we're expanding.
Yeah,
we're expanding the things we're going to talk about, and have had a lot of fun reaching out to new people and having them reach out to us. So please become part of our roster.
Yeah. So come along on the journey with us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
This week, eat some turkey.
Not too much.
Eat some turkey, take a nap, watch some football.
Oh, man. Making me, get excited for it. Yeah.
I know you're ready to eat.
I'm your host, Doug Vincent, with Addie Rich from the Aguiar Professional Training Studio. This has been Walk and Roll Live. Disability Stories, Life Limitless.
Walk and Roll Live.